It's called a backwards code because it's up the page as opposed to down the page. But it's okay, we can have backwards also. And maybe it means it's not going to completely succeed, I don't know. But anyway, we got an ayin, and then a mem up above that, and then a vav up above that. They're going like right up the page, correct? And then a nun without an underline over there, same line further over, and finally the hey. So Amona is actually fully spelled there. I wouldn't have guessed it. I first tried to spell it, not fully spelled, it wasn't there, but then I saw it fully spelled, and that was great. We also have more. Besides Amona, we have the word, and Sarah corrected me on how it's pronounced, I hope, Pinu. So Pinu means what again? It means they have evacuated. They evacuated. So I guess they evacuated. It's already happening. That's this week's Parsha, and it's happening this week, of course. Because the Parsha always tells what's happening. Now, Rabbi Sprecher says this also, but he's using, and it's fine, hints from the Torah itself that tell you, because there's a word or two that point to the fact. If it would have said, like, let's say the word evacuation, and it would have been this week, maybe that's Amona. Whether Amona would be there or not directly, I don't know. But at any rate, but here it is as a code. Pinu is here as a code. And by the way, Pinu goes through the other code at the nun. That nun over there is the nun both of Pinu and of Amona. So it's Pei, Yud, these are underlined, solid underline, single underline. The nun not, because it's in both codes, and the vav up above. I don't remember the skip on this.
The code on Amona is 57 out of the Pinu.
Oh yeah, 57, I forgot about that, yes. 57 or 67?
57. Times.
Times. Thank you.
What's the deal on the...
what is my next word? I have another word I'm going to talk about.
No.
I was just getting to that. We were just talking about skips, because I like to write them down, but I didn't write all of them down. These I did write them down. Bennett. What is Bennett got to do this? So if you'll flip to your second page, you will see. First of all, I already knew Naftali Bennett was trying to get this thing rescinded or stopped or whatever, but I didn't know that it was actually listed in our Sheva. So I looked up our Sheva right after I found the codes, and it says this is part of an article, a big article about what's going on in Amona as far as they knew. M.K. Shuli Mu'alim Rafaele, I don't even know, it's his Jewish home, the Tzabbai Yehudi, his group, who has been in Amona since the early hours of Tuesday evening, last night, met with residents and said efforts were going to prevent the eviction. The Supreme Court has not yet had its say in relation to the draft plan, and the state is going to evict at the first light. We are making efforts to delay the eviction until a decision is made by the court. We worked hard on the draft plan in order to keep the residents on the Hill, and we must not give up, she said. As part of a compromise agreement worked out by Education Minister Naftali Bennett, he's here 3 times. Now, why is that vital? You can find Bennett, it's not that hard, it's only 3 letters, but one of them is a tet, and that's a rare letter, and it's here 2 or 3 times to form 3 Bennetts, and a couple of them cross each other, too. That's a tet, which is amazing, too. At any rate, as part of a compromise, Prime Minister Netanyahu says the families of Amona were to peacefully evacuate their homes in exchange for 2 things. 1 passage of the regulation law, which would protect other Jewish communities from expulsion over ownership claims made years after their construction. You probably know the deal. The Arabs have claimed that they own the land, right, outright, and therefore why do we have right to do it? All right, whatever, but the point is that's politics, but that's what it says. In addition, the agreement provided for the relocation, welcome, of 24 of the 42 families. I found that interesting when I read that. 24 of 42, 24 of 42 are turnaround numbers, but that's just cuteness in the article. At any rate, I didn't find it in the code. To alternate alternative plots on the same hill where Amona currently stands. New homes and public buildings were promised as part of the deal, as well as a new community for the remaining 18 families who would be resettled there, Shiloh. Amona residents voted to accept the agreement, as obviously underlined means there's something about that they were going to talk about further, and the Supreme Court granted a delay in the implementation of the evacuation orders, pushing back the demolition from December 25th, I saw a video on that by the way too, to no later than February 8th. Since the inking of the deal, however, residents say no work has yet been done on the new neighborhood promised under the agreement. Amona residents have nowhere to go. Isn't that horrible? But Bennett's involved, and he's still trying to do something. So maybe he will succeed, or maybe he won't. But he's here 3 times, which kind of tells me he's going to get something done. I got to be. Why would his name be here? Is it because he's fighting it? At any rate, that's what I found, and that's what we know so far. Oh, and by the way, I got to tell you this. I can go on that. I have to tell you that today's shear, all of the shears here at shearing today